Okay, boys and girls. Today what we're going to do is continue our lesson with 10.4. We're going to talk a little bit more about regular polygons. So just refresher, a regular polygon means that the polygon has all sides are equal and so are all angles. Okay, so don't forget you need a piece of paper, pencil, and a calculator. You can also download this lesson and just work on it. If you have a printer, you can print it out. If not, just use a regular sheet of paper, which is more than fine. All right, so the first one, and I have the answers after each of the slides. So it says copy each figure and draw straight lines to divide. So number one is divide the figure into a rectangle and two right triangles. And the second one says divide the figure into a rectangle and two right triangles. So I'd like you to pause, try to do that. And if you want, you could just like kind of trace it with your finger on the, on your screen too, if you want. Whatever's easiest for you. Okay. So the answers are going to be, so if you divide it into the parallelogram into into a rectangle and two right triangles, all you need to do is draw straight lines right here, and this is a right triangle, this is a right triangle, and this is a rectangle right there where the X is. Number two, divide the figure into a rectangle and two right triangles. It's the same type, it's the same problem. I didn't even realize that. Okay, so let's move on. All right, so number three, number four, and number five. Try to do those, read each one, and then I'll show you how to do them. So pause it, and then hit play. Okay, so for number three, it says divide the figure into a rectangle and a right triangle. So what I did was I drew a line, going this way right across here. And now we have a right triangle, and over here, this where the X is your rectangle. At the bottom, it says copy each figure, describe a way to find the area. So what you can do is this. I made a triangle here, and I have a rectangle right here. So all I need to do is find the area of the triangle, because it's 1/2 base times the height right here. And then I have a rectangle right here, which is length times width. For the pentagon, we broke it up into, for the regular pentagon, we broke it up into 5 equal triangles. So all you have to do is find one triangle, the area, and then multiply it by 5 because you have 5 triangles. All right, so the next one, what you're going to do, it says a parallelogram is made up of, and it's ABDE. So ABDE, let me highlight that for you. ABDE, it's the whole thing there, is your parallelogram. There's a square, and the square, let me get blue, is right here in the middle. And a triangle, and you have two triangles. So the two triangles, here's one right here, and here's one right there. So it says the area of the square is 36 square meters. So right in here, this is 36 square meters. You need to find the area of the triangle ABC, and then find the area of the entire parallelogram. So I want you to pause, try that, and then hit play when you are ready. Okay, so for this one, what we're going to do is this. Let me just get my marker. So I know that this is 36 inches squared. Is it square? No, meters squared. So that means then the square is that. So, So if the square is 36 meters squared, I know that it's side times side. So I need the square root of 36. And the square root of 36, if you remember, it's what number times what number equals 36. It has to be the same number, would be 6. So it's 6 times 6. So that means this is 6. We're over here 6. Everywhere is 6. Going to all the sides. So now what I need to do is find the area of each of the triangles. So, just ABC. So ABC, which is right here, I have now the base, and this is the height because this is a right angle here. So it's 1/2 times the base times the height. 1/2 times the base, which is 4, times the height, which is 6. Take half of 4, which is 2. So 2 times 6. So this is 12. So it's 12 meters squared. The whole parallelogram is this. So it's going to be parallelogram. The area is base times height. So the base is going across here. So we have, let me just erase a little bit. So we have right here, this right here is 4. This part right here is 6. So the base is going to be 10. So area equals 10 times the height. The height is right here. So the height is 6. So 10 times 6 is 60, and it's meters squared. All right, let's move on. Next one. So what you're going to do is try to find the area of this shape. There's 2 ways to do it. One way you could do is break it into 2 separate rectangles and then add it together. Or what you could do is, and some kids like to do this, is make it into one big rectangle, then subtract out this rectangle that's actually not there. So either way works. It's up to you. Okay, pause and then hit play when you're ready. Okay, so it's 256 centimeters squared, and this is how I did it. I broke it up into 2. So this is going to be 10 times the length here, which is 12 and 10, which is 120. Not 120, 12 and 10, 22, sorry. I was multiplying. All right, and then you multiply that out for the area is 10 times 22. That's 220 for this area right here. Okay, so this other rectangle, we'll call it rectangle 2. The length is 12 times the height here is going to be, the whole thing is 13. If this is 10 for this one rectangle, so we subtract, we're going to get 3 here. So it's 3 times 12. That's going to be 36. So when you add it up, you get 256. Okay, next problem. I want you to try this one. What I would do personally is I would break it up. I mean, you could do a couple of things, but it's up to you. But because this is really a trapezoid, but what you can do is you could break it up into a triangle. You could break it up into a triangle and a rectangle, or you could just keep it as a trapezoid. So pause and then hit play. Okay, so let's do it 2 ways. Let's do it as if we broke it up into a triangle and also a rectangle. So let's call this 1, let's call this 2. So 1 would be, I got 4 times 2. So 4 times 2 is 8. That's 8 for the rectangle. And then over here for the triangle, so if this whole line is 4 and it says that this is 2, this has to be 2 here. So the base is 2 and the height's 4. So it's going to be 1/2 base is 2 times the height, which is 4. So take half of 2. Half of 2 is 1. 1 times 4 is 4. So when you add them up, you're going to get 12. The other way is just to set up as a trapezoid. So area equals 1/2 times the height, B1 plus B2. So area equals the height. So let me just erase a little bit to show you. The height is going to be right here, the 4. So the height is the 4. So 1/2 times 4 times B1, which is 4, plus B2, which is 2. So 4 and 2 is 6. So area equals 1/2 of 4 is 2. 2 times 6 is 12. So we're going to get 12 yards squared for that problem if we set it up as a trapezoid. Okay, boys and girls, for this one, so in here I'm going to draw a line and I'll make it into, 1's a rectangle, 2 is my triangle. So the rectangle, don't get confused here. The rectangle is going to be 9 times 15. This 1.5 is for this little blue area here. So it'll be 9 times 15. So 9 times 15, 9 times 10 is 90. 9 times 5 is 45, so it's 135 meters squared. The triangle, this is your base, the blue. So the blue is 9 right here, plus 1.5 plus 1.5, so it's 12. So it's 1/2, 12 times the height here, which is going to be 9. So we do half of 12, which is 6. 6 times 9 is 54. When you add it up, you get 189 meters squared. So we have 2 more to do. This one here, what I did was, I'm just going to tell you, I know the line's kind of hard to draw here, but I broke it up into a trapezoid here, and I also broke it up into a triangle right there. I know it's a little hard to see. So that's a trapezoid and that's a triangle. So try that, and then I'll show you how to do it. So pause, then hit play. Okay, so for this one, here's what I did. Let's draw a line here. So we have a trapezoid. So trapezoid is 1/2 the height times b1 plus b2. So I look at this, it's half. All right, so the height for this, if you look at it, this says 7 for the triangle. The whole thing's 13, so the height has to be 6. So it's 6 times b1, which is 10, plus b2, and this is 19. So it's going to be half of 6, which is 3, times 10 plus 19 is 29. So you could do 3 times 30, which is 90, subtract one of the 3's, so you get 87. So that trapezoid is 87 yards squared. The triangle now, 1/2 base times height. So half the base is 19 times the height is right here, which is 7. So when you do that, I'll just use a calculator real quick. So it's 19 times 7 divided by 2, and I get 66.5. And when you add 66.5 plus 87, double check, you get 153.5 or 5/10 yards squared. All right, one more. All right, for this one, I would break it up right across here, and then you have a square and a parallelogram. So try that one, pause, and hit play. Okay, so for this one, draw a line here. So the square is 9 times 9. It's 81. Parallelogram. So for the parallelogram, if this is 9, that means then this has to be 5, and that's for the height. The height is 5 times this side, which is 9. You get 45. And then when you add that up, 81 plus 45, I get 126 feet squared. All right, boys and girls, have a great day.